We are standing right on the edge of a pretty profound economic shift. It's one where these digital assistants, or AI agents, are going to start managing huge parts of our lives for us. So in this explainer, we're going to dive in and explore what that future, what this agent economy, is actually going to look and feel like.
I want you to just imagine this for a second. You need a new washing machine, but instead of spending hours, reading reviews and comparing prices, you just tell your personal AI, hey, find me the best value washing machine that fits in this space and is going to last at least 10 years. And just like that, it does it. Now that is the simple but super powerful promise we're starting with here.
So what exactly are these agents? It's really important to get this straight. They aren't just chatbots. We're talking about autonomous systems that are designed to perceive, to reason, and then to act. A good way to think about them is as extensions of you, but in the digital world. They're capable of doing everything from buying your groceries to negotiating a job offer for you.
Okay, so this gets us to the real core economic promise of this whole agent economy. What if it's the end of hassle? The big idea here is that these agents can get rid of all the hidden friction in our daily lives, what economists like to call transaction costs.
Just think about all the invisible work that goes into basically any economic decision. Booking a flight, applying for a job, even just buying a new phone. It's the hours you spend searching, the mental drain of comparing all the options, the back and forth of just trying to finalize the deal. All of that effort, that's the transaction cost. And believe me, it adds up to a huge amount of our time and energy.
So here it is, the fundamental promise. Agents can do all of that searching and comparing and negotiating for us at a massive scale and for almost no cost. The research really puts it plainly. Their main superpower is to dramatically reduce transaction costs. All that friction, all that hassle, it could all just, disappear.
So if these agents are so incredibly useful, what's going to make us actually start using them? And, maybe more importantly, who's going to build them? That brings us to the question of demand, design, and supply of your future digital self.
So why are you going to want one of these? Well, first off, to make way better decisions. An agent can analyze every single option out there, and it doesn't get tired or biased like we do. And second, you'll use it to unlock totally new opportunities, to take on tasks that just seemed like way too much effort before, and to negotiate with the confidence of an expert who makes these kinds of deals every single day.
Now this slide here gets to the absolute central conflict in how these agents are going to be delivered to us. On one side, you've got bring your own agents, the ones that you control, and on the other, you've got bowling shoe agents. Like when you go bowling and they give you shoes you can only use there. That's the kind of platform like Amazon gives you, and it only works on their site. One is all about being aligned with you, the other is about convenience, and the critical question becomes, whose interests are they really serving?
And this right here is the crucial trade-off. Your agent puts your goals first, across the entire internet. But the platform's agent, at the end of the day, it's aligned with the platform's goals. And that can mean steering you towards their own products that make them more money. It really boils down to a classic battle. Your personal autonomy versus their platform's convenience.
Okay, so what happens to our markets when you have millions of these agents running around at once? Well, the effects could be absolutely profound, leading to both incredible efficiency and some brand new kinds of chaos.
Let's start with the perfect world scenario, the utopian vision. In theory, agents could create what you might call a hyper-efficient market. Why? Because they can't be tricked by flashing ads or confusing pricing. All they care about is pure value. And this could kickstart a really powerful positive feedback loop.
Here's how that virtuous cycle would play out step by step. First, all the agents start directing our money to the actual best value products. This sends a crystal clear signal to companies about what we actually want. In response, those firms have to start investing in real quality, not just slick marketing. And the end result? We get better stuff. It's a true win-win.
But you knew there was a but coming, right? Of course, it's not that simple. Having agents everywhere could also break things in some really unexpected ways, creating totally new problems that we don't even have today. For example, we could see totally new kinds of market friction. Imagine congestion, where a hiring manager gets flooded with millions of flawless AI-generated job applications for one opening. Or how about price obfuscation, where companies invent brand new, tricky ways to hide prices just to confuse the agents. And this one's a bit of a mind-bender. We might even see more price dispersion, because as agents get amazing at finding the perfect niche product for each and every one of us, prices might actually spread out more, instead of coming together on one best price.
So with all these new dynamics in play, it means our entire digital world is going to need a redesign. I mean, the internet as we know it was built for human eyeballs. The future of the web, that's going to have to be built for machines.
We'll probably see the web split in two. We'll still have the visual internet that we all know, designed to grab human attention, but running right alongside it, there's going to be this separate internet just for agents. It won't have websites, but clean, data-rich feeds delivered through APIs. It's kind of like a secret menu just for machines, one that's optimized for pure information, not for clicks.
But hold on, this creates a massive problem, right? What stops one person from just creating a million agents to completely manipulate a market or spam a system? The solution is something called proof of personhood. It's basically a system to verify that an online account actually belongs to one unique human. This is going to be absolutely critical for building any kind of trust in an agent-driven world.
And it's a big if, but if we can solve that, the payoff could be enormous. I mean, we could finally build market designs that economists have only dreamed about. Imagine a job market that uses a complex algorithm to create a perfect, stable match between every single applicant and every employer, totally eliminating the chaos of offers and counteroffers. We humans can't handle that kind of complexity, but agents can.
Finally, none of this is going to happen in a vacuum. The kind of society we end up with will depend entirely on the rules we decide to set right now, and that raises some huge regulatory questions that we really need to start debating.
And this leaves us with some massive challenges. For example, market power. How do we stop a few big tech companies from owning all the best agents? We have to figure out liability. Who pays the bill when an agent makes a really expensive mistake? We've got to protect our privacy, defining exactly how our data gets used. And finally, data rights. Should platforms be forced to open up their data to outside agents just to make sure the competition is fair? The answers we choose are going to shape everything.
At the end of the day, it all comes down to this one single question. The technology for an agent economy is coming, and it's coming fast. Whether these incredibly powerful tools end up becoming our loyal advocates or just new instruments for platforms to push their own interests, well, that's the fundamental choice that lies right in front of us.